Now, as many of you guys know, that I've told you that the WNA is not as busy as it used to. And that may be true, but this weekend was way different from that. From our 2 outings that we went on this weekend, we saw 8 trains, which is way different than normal. The first outing was Friday night, and we were in Kennesaw waiting on CSX train K422. As you can see, CSX train Q582 sitting on track 1 waiting for K422. The odd thing about this K422 that he had a mixed freight block before the ethanol block behind him, and he had some pretty nice power. Another odd thing to point out on this Friday night outing is that Q582 never moved the whole time we were there, but he had a crew for some reason, which was odd. Next up was empty as-needed coal train E321, heading back to the mines in Evansville, Indiana. Now this was probably one of the fastest trains I've seen go through Kennesaw, reaching top speeds of around 45 to 50 miles an hour. Even though this video is only in 30 frames and it may look like the train's going slower, he was still moving really fast. On Sunday morning, we were waiting again in Kennesaw as CSX train EO10 came to a stop just before the crossing. Around another 25 to 30 minutes passed, and then all of a sudden the crossing started going down for a southbound. I had no idea what this train was because he called no signals or anything, and then I realized what he was as he got to the crossing. When this train rounded the corner and I noticed the double stack containers, I knew this was an odd train, because nowadays the WNA never gets any more daily regularly scheduled intermodals. For the exception of C709 and C710, which are daily local intermodals, but this train is different. A fellow rail fan told me that this was a reroute Q203. I guess there was track work or something on the SNA subdivision, because that's the way he goes. Q203 is a daily intermodal / auto rack train out of North Baltimore, Ohio for Baldwin, Florida. Just so everybody knows, the reason why there's no more regularly scheduled intermodals on the WNA is because it takes the trains 5 hours to get from Chattanooga to Nashville, because they have to climb through the Cumberland Mountains to the summit at Cowan Tunnel. Now all these intermodals run on the SNNA South and North subdivisions, which take only 5 hours to get from place to place, aka Birmingham to Nashville.
sector. Milepost 25.6. No defects. No defects. Total axle 542. Train lane 12577. End of transmission.
As we were passing through the town of Ackworth, all signals were red, so we advanced north to Emerson. But as we were passing the north end signals, CSX train Q541 called a medium approach going into the siding. And then as we got to the south end of the siding, there was a green signal on track 1. The train, No41, Evansville, Indiana to Taft, Florida, Coal Lows. Right after No41 cleared, CSX train Q541 got a restricting signal, and then advanced to a medium approach signal, and Q541 was ready to leave the siding to head south to Atlanta for its final destination of Waycross, Georgia. The odd thing about Q541 today was that he was only around 5,500 to 6,000 feet long, which he's usually a lot longer than that. And finally, for our last train of the day, would be the EO10 that we saw back in Kennesaw, finally being able to leave from Kennesaw to head north. The cool thing about this EO10 was that he had 5 engines, and his first block was coming out of the Seminole Electric Plant in Boston, Florida, and the second block was TECO coal hoppers. I think this is the first ever TECO coal train I've seen before. After seeing the 3 trains on Friday night and the 5 trains on the Sunday, it was time to head home. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you get notified each time I make a new video. And stay tuned for videos in the future. At Milepost OWNA 47.8, this is Georgia Rail Productions, out.
Total axle 84. Train lane 11314. End of transmission.